Have you ever been in a situation where everyone thought you were wrong, but you knew deep down you were right? It's a lonely feeling, isn't it? Being laughed at, being doubted, being looked down upon. We live in a world that is obsessed with looking smart. We want to have the last word. We want to prove our point immediately. But what if I told you that the secret to winning in life isn't about showing off how smart you are? What if the real power lies in letting people think you are foolish? There is a massive difference between being intelligent and being wise. Intelligence is knowing how to speak. Wisdom is knowing when to stay quiet. Today I want to share a story with you. It's a story about a boy who everyone thought was an idiot, but who was actually playing a game that no one else could even see. By the end of this video, you will understand why silence is powerful and how you can use it to win, even when the whole world is laughing at you. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a very respected minister. This man was brilliant. He was the right hand of the king. Whenever the kingdom had a problem, whether it was about money, war, or farming, the minister had the answer. The king loved him. The people respected him. But as it often happens, when you're at the top, there are people waiting for you to fall. There were other courtiers, other advisors who were jealous. They wanted his job. They wanted his power. But they couldn't attack the minister because he was too perfect. So they decided to attack his family instead. The minister had a young son. He was a quiet boy, innocent and simple. The jealous courtiers started a rumor. They whispered in the king's ear, "Your Majesty, your minister is a genius, but have you met his son? The boy has no brain at all. He can't even tell the difference between valuable things and cheap things." The king, being bored and looking for entertainment, decided to test this. He wanted to see if the rumors were true. So the next day, the king ordered the minister's son to come to the court. The entire court was packed. Everyone was watching. The jealous advisors, the guards, and the minister himself, who was feeling very nervous. The king sat on his throne, smiling a little smirk. He held out his hand. In one palm, he held a shining gold coin. It was valuable, heavy, and worth a lot of money. In his other palm, he held a silver coin. It was shiny too, but it was worth much, much less than the gold one.
The king looked at the boy and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Boy, pick the coin that is more valuable. You can keep whichever one you choose." The room went silent. The minister held his breath. He prayed his son would pick the gold. It was obvious. Gold is worth more than silver. Even a child knows that. The boy walked up to the king. He looked at the gold coin. Then he looked at the silver coin. He thought for a second, reached out his hand, and picked up the silver coin. "I choose this one," the boy said happily. The entire court erupted in laughter. The king threw his head back and laughed the hardest. "Look!" the king shouted. "The rumors are true. The son of my wisest minister doesn't even know that gold is worth more than silver. What a fool!" The minister turned red with embarrassment. He wanted to disappear. The boy just smiled, clutched his silver coin, and walked away. But it didn't stop there. The king enjoyed this joke so much that he made it a daily routine. Every single day when the king went out for a walk or held court, he would call the boy over. He would offer the choice again, gold or silver, and every single day the boy would pick the silver, and every single day the crowd would laugh, the king would feel superior, and the boy would walk away with a small silver coin. For the jealous courtiers, this was a victory. They mocked the minister constantly. "How can you advise the king when you can't even teach your own son the value of money?" they would say. The minister suffered in silence, his reputation taking a hit every time his son picked that cheap coin. Finally, the father couldn't take it anymore. The shame was eating him alive. One evening, after a particularly humiliating day where the whole town had laughed at his son, the minister stormed home. He found his son sitting in his room playing quietly. The minister sat down, looking tired and defeated.
"Son," he said, his voice shaking, "I don't understand. You are not stupid. I know you are smart. I have taught you mathematics. I have taught you about the economy. You know the price of things. So why do you do this to me?" The boy looked up, confused. "Do what, father?" "Why do you pick the silver coin?" the father asked, almost shouting. "Everyone laughs at us. The king thinks you are a joke. I think you are a joke. Do you not know that gold is worth 10 times more than silver? Are you really that foolish?" The boy didn't get angry. He didn't cry. He just stood up calmly and walked over to a heavy wooden box in the corner of his room. He lifted the lid and called his father over. "Look, father," the boy said. The minister looked inside. His eyes went wide. The box was filled to the brim with silver coins, hundreds of them. They shimmered in the candlelight. It was a small fortune. The minister was confused. "I don't understand." The boy smiled, a wise, knowing smile that looked far too old for his face. He said, "Father, the day I pick the gold coin, the game is over." The boy continued, "The king gives me a silver coin every day because it makes him feel smart. He pays me to laugh at me. He thinks I am a fool, so he keeps playing the game. If I picked the gold coin, he would realize I know the difference. He would stop having fun, and he would stop offering me the coins. I would get one gold coin, once, but by playing the fool, I have earned hundreds of silver coins, which are worth far more than that single piece of gold." The minister stood there stunned. He looked at his son and realized he wasn't looking at a fool. He was looking at a genius. You see, in life, we are often tempted to grab the gold coin. The gold coin represents our ego. It represents the need to be right, the need to correct people, the need to show everyone how smart we are immediately. We want the applause. We want the validation. But this story teaches us something profound. It teaches us about the art of being wise. True wisdom isn't about proving you are right in the moment. It is about looking at the long term. It is about understanding the end goal. The boy was willing to be laughed at. He was willing to be called stupid. He put his ego aside because he knew that the result was what mattered. The crowd got their laugh, but the boy got the money. Who was the real winner? We often lose opportunities because we are too busy trying to look impressive. We argue with our bosses, our partners, or our friends because we need to win the argument. But sometimes winning the argument means losing the relationship, or losing the job, or losing the opportunity. Sometimes playing the fool, staying silent, observing, letting others feel superior gives you the upper hand. So the next time someone underestimates you, don't get angry. Don't rush to prove them wrong. Smile. Let them think what they want. Let them have their moment of laughter. Because while they are busy laughing, you are busy building. While they are feeding their ego, you are feeding your future. Remember, a tree grows in silence. It is only when it falls that it makes noise. Be the tree that grows. Let your results speak for you so you don't have to. I hope this story made you think differently about how you handle judgment and pride. If you found value in this video, please press that like button. It really helps the message reach more people who might need to hear it. And if you want to join us on this journey of learning and growth, make sure to hit subscribe. To find true motivation in your life, you need the wisdom to know when to act and when to wait. Developing a success mindset isn't just about working hard, it's about understanding human psychology and practicing self-improvement. These life lessons are hidden in every inspirational story we share. I hope this helps your personal growth and teaches you a bit of stoicism and emotional intelligence. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the silver coin is worth more than the gold. See you in the next video.